Hi guys, I'm back. Well, the Avant Novus live stream, creative stream, cartography stream, whatever you want to call it. I'm Dan, and we're going to be working on a ArtRage Commission. So thought I'd just share processes and stuff like that. A little out of practice, to be honest with you. So this is kind of a reminding myself how to do this. Um, Yeah, hope everybody's healthy and safe. Let's just jump right into it. If you have any questions, Facebook's a great place to contact me. Also, the comments on YouTube. I make sure I get to you as soon as I can. And let's go ahead and let's get started. All right, here's the commission we're currently working on. It's a big old map. Let's go ahead and move some stuff out of the way. So there you guys can see it fully. Here's another. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to be working on the current texture. And I'm not really too happy with the landforms, well, with some of the mountains and stuff like this. So I need to get in and figure some stuff out. So the first part of this is going to see me getting ready. Next part is correcting some things I don't like this area here. Don't know if you can, let's get my mouse in there. Don't think you can see it, but it's just right in this area that I don't like. If you can see the cursor, there's some stuff here, the story behind this place is actually a large destroyed area. Let's adjust the mic a little, so watch your ears. Basically where a large comet is hit, or asteroid or whatever. And it's basically totally rearranged the landform, and we're going to just jump right in here. First thing I'm going to do, though, something a little bit different. I'm going to open up a new layer, and I'm actually going to start creating different heights for the water. That is way too much opacity. Let's go ahead and drop some pressure in there. That's good. We're at 500. Now, currently, I am using a stylus and a art pad. There we go. The size of this map is actually huge. Let's go ahead and look at that really quick. So we're currently, well, there's the resolution right there. 16,000 by 200 by 10,800. Print size is 36 inches by 24 inches with the DPI of 450. So you could basically blow this up at 400%. Yeah, so this is one of my big ones. And what I'm doing right now, I'm using the airbrush to just fill in under stuff very frugally, kind of where the higher elevations in the ocean are. Now I'm going to be using this later and try out some new techniques and just come up with something. Because there's been kind of the last couple of years a question on a good way to do like sea elevations. Now I'm not being too careful with this layer. I'm just kind of blocking out, turning my pen or mouse. You can do it either way. And basically doing little circles everywhere. Now I'll be coming in later with a brush to edit this and change this around. Just kind of mix this up a little. It's really important, though, I get the space in the landforms, too. So again, a little bit of history with this map. This is a place where the question is if the inhabitants fled before that giant asteroid strike or after the giant asteroid strike. And, even right now I'm looking at this and I don't have enough contrast between the land and the ocean. So once I get this first step done, I will be moving right back to the land and give it just a different color. If you're new to the stream, welcome. Hope you're having a great day. Hope my chat is streaming correctly. Because lately it's kind of been a pain. If you're on Facebook, welcome. If you're on YouTube, welcome. If you're on Twitch, welcome. All right. So yeah, it's a question of whether they got here first or second, because we have this large area. Let's go ahead and improve the contrast. I'm going to go with kind of a deeper gray, up the metallic to about 26%, go into my airbrush, pull my opacity up all the way. And again, with the airbrush in ArtRage, we start out in the ocean and we just swing in the middle like that. This is going to take a little bit of time, unfortunately, because we are working on a very, very, very large map. Again, my cursor's at 500%, excuse me, my airbrush is at 500% tool size, which is the maximum size that ArtRage will go. But again, this is a map you can take. You can blow it up by 400%. Even to get a 100%, well, 100 DPI. Or just quickly coloring this in. And again, that metallic in the paint will help me see a little bit more contrast. The reason why we're doing the ocean first is it plays such a big part in this campaign, and it also plays a big part in the life cycle of the people here. It's kind of changed weather patterns. The weather patterns on this are going to be unique. It's all going to center around that big maelstrom. It's going to kind of like be an eye of the storm around there. And then the outside on bad weather is just going to be this turning vortex of doom. On good weather, it's just going to be a little bit rainy. So we got a ton of rain in the middle. Almost done with the recoloring the land. Come on. Let's give ArtRage a chance to catch up there. Again, we're slamming down on this. All right, now we're going to switch back to our layer here. We're going to go with basically a white. Too much there. Going to go back to our opacity. Set that manually to about 3%. Come back with our white. Yeah, that's a little too much. Let's go about 15. See how that goes. I totally not used to doing with the stylus yet. There we go. Let's get a little more pressure there. If it'll let me. Yeah, there we go. Just something nice and soft. And then little circles. There we go. There we go. And I'm basically pulling another layer behind it. Well, not another layer, but another brush stroke behind this one to enhance it. And then we're going to go and totally mess it up with a palette knife. It's not too bad. Okay, let's grab our palette knife. Bring up our settings, and we're going to have a blurred fry. Well, let's go with hard wet blend this time. We're going to want this very big, but we're going to decrease the pressure a little bit. About that. And we're going to, let's bring that up a little bit more. And I'm starting at the landform and pulling down, just to get a good spread on the color. There we go. Move that out of the way. Hope everybody's morning's doing good. Again, questions, comments, concerns, or gripes, feel free to join us in the chat. Again, this is open stream. If you'd like to contribute to this or any ideas to this land, please, please, please comment. We have permission from the commissionee to expand this land and give them some general ideas through the stream. There we go. Just a little there, a little here. Some more here. And again, we're just tossing stuff up. There we go. And again, pulling from the landform out. Right here in this area, it looks like I didn't color as much as I needed to. So we're just going to add some color there. Again, right there, looking at other places that I need to fix. Right here, we're just going to pull that down. As such. We've got about an hour or so for this stream today. My beloved wife is working from home and she got a very important meeting she has to get to. So we will not keep her from that. Just going to come down here, same thing. Again, pulling from land, break up that color. We'll go in and smooth this out with maybe a blur or harsh chaos. But again, we're just building color here. There we go. A little more here. Hey, welcome to the stream. My name's Dan. We're making campaign maps. Let me know if you want anything, if you have any input or creative things you want to add to this campaign setting. It is a commission, but the commissionee wants ideas, if you guys have it. That's why I'm doing the live stream on this. There we go. Hope everybody's being safe. Hope you guys haven't got the... I can't say it on YouTube because they'll get flagged and... censorship. Whatever. Part of the game. Not happy with it, but you know, it is what it is. And I understand that. Alright, so we got that done. Now we're going to go in with a light blue. We're just going to... There we go. Again, we're back with our custom brush. With our airbrush. This color, we're actually going to start near the oceans. We're actually going to fill most of this area in with this after we get near the land. So we'll have another stroke. Now I'm only doing one stroke, only applying one layer of this color. There we go. If you're new to ArtRage, it's pretty much a realistic simulation of what your brush would be. Now that I've done that, I'm going to go a little darker, and I'm just going to slowly pull color from the land out of the ocean. The reason I'm painting this and not filling it is because I want a little bit more distinction in certain places. We're getting there. Now, this looks like crap right now, but we will get in and we will distort this a little bit more. Fade it out. Again, we're just adding layers of color into it. It's not too bad. I'll add another little bit here. Give ArtRage time to catch up with me. Again, freaking huge painting. There we go. Sound. We're down here. Okay, let us now. Going to go into palette knife, going to go into harsh chaos, make sure that this is at 500%. Again, that's not too much with the size of this. Give a little chance to catch up. And we're back into this. As you can see, we start breaking it up. Since we're working with technically a airbrush, it takes a lot more pressure to actually get this in. I am using a stylus and an art pad this time around. Usually I do this with the mouse. But not today. I want to start trying to get used to the art stylus. Okay, it's getting there. Again, we blend the white into the blue, bring the blue in too, little circles everywhere. Looks like we got a really craggy ocean or sea up here. There we go. Again, the sea is attached, most of the time attached to an ocean, but surrounded by a geological feature. There we go. Get a little bit more in there. You can kind of see up top where I'm working. Just slowly blending this in. We're doing the sea. Usually I do this. This is one of my last steps, but I'm going to try this as one of my first steps to let me get a feel for this. Make sure we come down here and get the other stuff. There we go. Then what I'm going to do with this is use the colors and try to create strata in the ocean this time around. Because what ArtRage lets you do, if you're not aware of it, is it lets you take the different levels and create 3D maps. Well, more 3D maps, but like 3D printable maps, maps you can use in Blender, in ZBrush, and we'll be doing all that with this map too. This one's kind of a crazy commission, but it's going to be a fun one. Then we're back here. If you just joined us, welcome. Glad to have you. I don't know if my chat's working. I'm on the newest version of Restream. The newest stable version of Restream. Oops. Sorry, I zoomed in a little bit there. My bad. And just FYI, I just switched over to my mouse because the mouse in ArtRage applies a straight pressure the entire time. And this was taking too long. So we are working on, there we go. See how that blends a lot better? Then pulling the blue back into this. There we go. Yay, palette knives. So my wife got vaccinated for the second time with COVID. For COVID. I'm a little nervous for her. They say the second shot's really bad. And again, this is me just musing. Oh, I said the C word. Crap, I'm going to get demonetized now. Wait, I'm not even monetized, so it doesn't matter. Yay! Yep, any of our live streams, we're not making a single dime on our live streams anywhere. This is just me sharing with people that are interested in ArtRage. Mainly our Ava Novus community on Facebook that run ArtRage and make, geez, there's a lot of talented people there. Also, as a side note, we will be doing some city building. Got a lot of requests for that. I've been trying to figure out a good way to do that, and yeah, I might come up with something. I've been trying different programs. I wanted to get it into Incarnate or WonderDraft or anything like that, but it's not there yet. To get a repeatable, stable product. Because as, you know, as people say, I want to say I'm a professional at this. I'm not paying rent, but I definitely do have standards on how this should go. All right, we're getting there. We are getting there. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay, not too bad there. I wanted a little more than what it is currently, so we're going to go in now, and we are going to start excuse me. We're going to start fading this out with instant blur. Back on the stylus, seeing if this does anything better. All right, just a little touch here and there. We're going to go back now to let's try our hard out smudge. See if that works any better. It's not blending as fast as I want it to. Hardwood blend, size 500. There we go. The more I use that brush, the more I like it. Let's go back to our mouse. So we get 100% even across the board. Now, it occurs to me this is going to take a lot longer than I want to spend on it. On this live stream, I want to get into detailing. So we're going to put another layer in as soon as ArtRage catches up. We're going to add a little blue-green into it, make it just a touch. You can see me color mixing down here. It's not bad right there. And we are actually going to turn off a couple layers here. There we go. Come on. And then we're going to come down and we're going to recolor this. It's going to be a little bit, again, we're working with technically a, let's see, let's get the calculator out. Let's see, 64 inches times, let's go 300. Yeah, you're looking about 10 feet. Uh-oh, we got issues. That's okay. We'll fix them right here. I don't know. Maybe we should have stuck with the blue. Again, this is a trial and error, my streams. That's why we stream these and not do anything else. For the simple fact is we want to see all the mistakes and all the warts and ugly things when it comes to creating. All right, that's not too bad. Let's do this, though. Let's put the blue under here, and we're just going to blend this. Take the opacity down to like, I don't know, 30% on the blue. Give it a second to catch up. There we go. Okay. It's not too bad. Sweet. Okay, let's go hit the texturing. We're going to zoom in really quick. You can see there's issues with this that I really don't like, so we're going to start fixing those really quick. We're going to come in, maybe we'll try the hardwood blend, make sure we're in the right layer. And we are going to come in and we're going to fix a ton of this. We're going to start with the 250 harsh chaos, just standard settings. And we're just going to pull land towards these mountain areas to try to fix this texture. And if you notice on the texturing, it's like plastic, and we don't want that. So there's two ways we're going to fix that up. We're going to add more texture and then come back in with paint once we got this texture done. There we go. You can see there's already a difference there. Now I'm keeping the metallic in currently because I want to see it. Ooh, I do not like that. Right there, I do not like this chunky landform. So we're going to unlock the texture and we're just going to go in and we're going to... No, that's going to mess everything up. I'll edit later because we don't have the... There's a lot of interesting things going on here, so we won't worry about that. We'll hit the technique, we'll hit fixing, and worry about little things like that later. Okay, we're here. Again, you can see me doing the circle thing because circles blend. Straight lines create textures and circle blends. So we're going to focus on doing circles, doing lines here because we want the texture. If you're new to the stream, welcome. I don't think chat's working. I really don't, guys. I'm really sorry if I don't respond. Again, I'm using Restream, and it can be pissy sometimes. But it's the easiest way for me to reach all the different platforms as requested. We're back there. And again, I'm not trying to be just pulling stuff towards the mountains. That's just going to give me a basic idea of where the mountains are. And again, we're trying to get rid of this plastic feel to this whole thing. Back in here. So we want the mountains to kind of mirror this ring effect. I mean, we're talking about a cataclysmic hit. And I think the more I think about this, it would be funner for ruins and stuff and history if this thing hit first. There we go. And again, just going back and forth, as you can see. Oh, always neglect the islands. That's okay. Some of the textures on the islands, like this island right here, we're still good. Hope you guys can see the cursor. Let me know if you can't. Also, anybody seen any updates or news on ArtRage if they're releasing a new product soon? I've really enjoyed 6. Really enjoyed the optimizing they've done with it. Haven't seen anything else about it. Again, hitting the islands. Not neglecting my islands. We'll need to come back in here with another color and repaint this. Again, keeping the metallic to a lower level. Going to use some custom brushes on this. Well, stamps, really. There we go. I would say take your time and have fun, but man, this is like almost cathartic. I was working on this for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours yesterday. It just pissed me off. There we go. There we go. Back in there. You know, I'm just thinking about the oceans. And if you notice, if I have a layer locked, it gives me this white. I'm wondering if it will do. I think I got too much color in there. Yeah, that kind of adds a white to it. Okay. So I'm in the ocean layer. It's kind of hard to see, but I'm finding areas that need more of a blend. And I've locked the transparency, and I'm coming in with the yield harsh chaos. And I'm pulling it away from the edges, and I'm getting a little, see right there how it's getting wider? It's because I have the transparency locked, and my canvas is set to white, so it's giving me more of a nice blend there. Got to remember that. Want to explore more with that. Let me make a note of that. All right, cool. Very cool. Okay, we're back in. Just took kind of a timestamp. Come back to that. All right. So we are... Got that. Oh, crap. See? Too big. Later in the maker shed, we'll be printing this out. I think that's going on today. Going to set up some cameras today. Going to set up some other stuff. Get those 3D prints going. Get some work done. Well, actually, at that time, it's fun stuff. There we go. Also, a note on posting stuff on YouTube. I don't know who it was, but they're posting links to a very much inappropriate channel. Please don't do that. Well, it's not an inappropriate channel. It's an inappropriate website. So please stop doing that. That is not what this channel's about. I don't want to see it. My audience don't want to see it. And I will delete the comment. I don't like deleting comments or people that don't like what I'm doing. But that kind of stuff, no way. There we go. There we go. Make a shirt with saying, there we go. Okay, we're back into this. Let's go ahead and we still have that kind of plastic thing going. We've got our texture down. Let's just double check. Here are the mountains. Going all the way down here, covering this up. Mountains are relative. They're going to change here really soon. So let's just go ahead and get rid of those. Sorry, guys, swallowed wrong. 1 second, please. Wow, I swallowed wrong. Hold on, time to break out the Dr. Pepper. Sponsor me. So I hack up along. Woo! All right, we're back. Just hitting the mountains now. Going a little light on the mountains. Just because I want to. Well, it helps clean that texture up. Man, I hope this mic's not picking up all the the stress in my airways. Wow, that was not a happy experience. Just swallowed wrong. All right. That's not too bad for texture. For overall texture. That's as big as our texture is going to get. Let's go into maybe a dark brown. We're going to reduce the opacity to about 22%. Come in with and maybe a little different color there. That's not bad. Let's do that. And again, with different, zoom in here. You can kind of see the shininess going away a little bit. It's because I reduced the metallic. It seems that between 20 and 25% is the way to go if you're trying to recreate this. Anything higher than that gives a really plastic feel. Anything lower than that, let's find out. Let's bring that down. See, that's a significant difference between the two, and I'm losing a lot of detail that I need. So let's bring that back up to about Let's go about 20. Good enough. Yay, you're going to listen to me choke and have an irritated throat for the rest of the stream. There we go. Oh my gosh, I'm dying. Combination of allergies, not swallowing right. I think I need to drink more. Water, that is. Need to get back on that train. There we go. Yep. Okay, that's not too bad. Kind of like that color. Let's add it to our samples. Yeah, I'm gonna die over here. Yeah, right? That was like apocalyptic, huh? Everybody say hi to the wife. Hi! She says hi back. You've all been blessed and you'll have a great day. Got about a half hour more in the live stream. We'll just get done. I think I'm going to make this a multiple part series. Okay, a couple other things. So, with world creating and like doing like creative stuff all day, you get creative burnout really fast. And you have to find ways. Let's go ahead and get up here. There's mountains I don't like. Let's come down here. Same thing. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. There we go. So I'm constantly trying to find ways to, fill that creative well. Okay, let's have a look here. Let's pull some notes up. Get rid of that layer because we're going to change that. That was the mountain layer. Gonna plan this out on ArtRage. Well, we're waiting for that to respond. Seeing faster encoding. Oh no! All right. Gonna hit the Dr. Pepper so I can breathe. We want to do a couple things here. We're gonna take some notes on kind of planning where stuff is. There we go. And what we want to do, again, coloring where we just edited. Okay. Add another layer here. Let's go ahead and get a very high contrast paint. And we'll go with our marker. Okay, first things first. We have, again, this structure, and we want to kind of mirror it in the land. So, ignoring waterways and stuff like that, I'm just going to start drawing circles as such. Yeah, that one sucked. So we want our mountains to kind of mirror this. Big explosion. Okay. Oh, I'm still dying here. Oh my gosh, what did I do? I turned on what? You turned on. Maybe we could change the filter. There we go. And then maybe inner. Okay. That is going to kind of give us our mountains. Let's get our weather. Again, another very high contrast. Our weather is, let's say, counterclockwise. So This is going to basically be the flow of it. Actually, I need to do some hurricane research. Research and figure out. Let's actually do that right now. Because I think good hell. All right. Tropics of the northern hemisphere, they spin the opposite direction in the southern hemisphere. Okay. So that's the Coriolis effect, I believe it's called. Okay, so if we did have a giant hurricane thing here, we would be dealing with something that's creating hot spots and cold spots. So I'm going to come in here and good grief. If we have a lot of cloud cover in this area, this is going to be kind of our cold area. It's a really bad color for a cold area. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so this is our covered clouds. Again, this is not natural, of course. But then we have this area is warm. This area is going to be warm. This area is going to be warm. All right. So having said, oh, this area is probably warm too. So colder in the middle, warm top. Kind of weird, I know. In this area we're going to have, let's go ahead and start separating this into. So this is temperate. This is temperate. Actually, those are really big for temperate zone. They're the size of this. Whew, jeez. Okay, so this should be our temperate. So this wet temperate. And let's say this is our heat belt down here. Actually, we're going to put the heat here. Then the hot is here. So that means this is the cool. This is cold. Now so in this area, we're really cold. So we're going to have a lot of ice on this area because our hurricane is drawing heat from over here and moving it over here. In this area, so our other cool area would be about in this area. Okay. We're going to put a caveat on that. I don't know about that yet. All right. Now we are going to roughly trace mountains. So if our mountains are here, I'm going to cough again. 1 second, guys. Wow. Good night. I am dying here. No, I don't have the vid. It's just the swallowed wrong. Let's add another layer here. We're going to reduce the opacity of this to about 30. Might have to end the stream and go take care of this or something. Even the Dr. Pepper's not hitting it. All right, so we're now going to make our mountain lines according to these. Let's drop this down about There, pressure there, auto flow, yes. All right, so if we had mountain ranges that follow this same pattern that we've laid out, again, a large series of shock waves. We're going to have mountain areas here, here, of course, but it's very important they flow on this. Ooh, maybe we have some volcanoes and stuff. And again, we're just kind of following where we put stuff. If we have like mountains kind of going back here, it looks like it's shattered, which should be really cool. We'll do that. So everything's in a curved out direction. There we go. Now I'm going to do a lot of mountains in an area just because I want this to appear. I'd rather do more mountains than I need. Come back and edit later. The reason I'm getting rid of the texture like I did is because I didn't like... don't like that either now. So let's go ahead and edit that. We're going to put some more ripples into this. More center-based, because I'm losing a lot of real estate when it comes to the mounts themselves with how I placed those rings. So we're going to do that over again. All right, let's do that over again. Again, this is all world building. In all honesty, this is one of the best ways to do it. So I'm going to do a little, let me keep me in line. So we're going to put mountains. So we have our first one right about there. Too far on that one. No, come on, Dan. Draw a circle. There we go. Sorta. Maybe even the line right. Okay, you know. There we go. A little more world building. So it's kind of, when I did the initial map, you can kind of see there is a pattern to where I made, oops, not 500%, supernovas, and we're all blind. All right. So now let's go ahead and let's get in there with our brush and kind of plan out where these are. I'm going to adjust this according to, let's put the initial ridges in first. I think that's going to work better. Okay, there's more curved. There we go. Should just use a stencil. I think this is just going to work just as well. That's where ridges for our mounds are going to go. And again, we want to orient them towards the big crater. Now, I'm seeing something that has come about on this. The old topography I put in, like these mountains here that are running like that, are in a way helping with where we're placing these. So we're going to start just right here. Make all these big ridges. There we go. Now, usually with my maps, I don't like doing things way out of proportion. Maybe for balance reasons. And the closer these mountains are to that distortion, actually, the the ones right here that are currently still in that shockwave are not going to be too big, but the ones that are in the central area here, where a lot of mass and your mantle has been seriously cracked, we are going to have a lot of geographical upheaval. Because what happened basically is this area, when it hit, it pushed your plate boundaries like that and basically created like mini Himalayas all over the place in these areas. We're just going to put on top of that previous geology. And again, these are suggestions, not exactly what I'm going to do, but again, planning it out is going to save a lot of time. I really should have done this. It's working out. It's a happy accident, but I should have done this yesterday when I worked on this. But it is a happy accident, meaning that I have more ancient topography underneath this, the original stuff. That has just been a little bit on the crack side. All right. So we're getting there. We're getting there. And this is starting to really form up. Man, the craziness of the weather here would be nuts. But again, maelstorms and stuff like that are very common in a fantasy trope, which I love. See Brandon Sanderson. Ooh, and let's put some like additional crunchy things in this area. There we go. Maybe some more crunchy things. Yeah. See, we're world building like crazy here. The commissionee just had some guidelines that they kind of want to see. They wanted a maelstorm and said, go nuts. I'm going to help them world build a little too. They're excited for that. So I think it's more of a group, a dual project than anything else. Okay, let's put something here too. Oops, don't like that. We'll just go whoop. All right, so let's go ahead. Okay, that's not too bad. So let's go ahead and drop the opacity of that significantly, maybe to 30%. Wait for ArtRage to catch up. There we go. Get rid of these lines because I don't need them anymore. All right, now we're going to start on something I'm a little hesitant to do, but I'm going to do it anyways because I can. I'm going to go in and use some brushes I made. No, they're not there. That's right, I moved them. Now you can find, these brushes are available online on the Ava Novus website. There's some free ones you can download. Hills, there's my Rocky Mountains. Okay. I should have these Rocky Mountain brushes. I don't know why they're not there. I will go fix those. We're going to use these terrain brushes, though. Wherever they are. Yeah, we'll use these. Okay, we're doing another layer. We're going to make these a extremely different high contrast so we can exactly see where they're at. I'm actually going to transfer over to my mouse in this case so I get a consistent pressure and size. I'm just going to run down the list here. Now let me show you the effect that this is going to have. We're going to lock the layer. Let's grab this gray. Put this layer on blend mode. Additive. We'll go into our big paint tube. As such, grab the glitter because, you know, so we get this kind of effect. Then we go back to our palette, got a heavy blur, well, instant blur. Put this down to almost next to nothing, like 3% at the very most. Same thing with that. Let's actually add, there we go. We're going to just go in and blur these down, and boom, instant mountains. I think I could increase the size of this as well. Yeah, I'll increase these sizes. I don't know. I'm actually kind of liking that. Okay, we're going to do that. I'm going to unlock the layer for the sake of consistency. And ArtRage. We're just going to come down here and just keep on doing what we're doing. And again, all I'm doing is just going through this list. Oh, we're still locked. That's a no bueno. There we go. And we're just going to keep world building. It's kind of tedious, but by using these stamps and creating that kind of a screen, it's going to give us a nice little flow with different looking mountains there. And again, the high contrast color is just to show me exactly where stuff is. I'm not really worried about much here because this is the first layer of texture. Ooh, I like that one. That one's really good. Ah, quit doing that. I want to rename you. There we go. Just so I know where it is, just because I really do like it. Okay. So we're 18. And again, using the mouse so I get the same size. Also, you can kind of control the orientation of any sticker spray in ArtRage with your mouse. It does not work on a stylus, but it definitely works on a mouse. So, like that one right there, there we go. It basically orients to the way you kind of click and move your mouse a little, and the brush will orient its way to where you put stuff. Okay, let's keep going with this. The brushes I'm currently using, looks like from 27 on. If I believe, yes, they are oriented smooth. So we're going to go back to these big blotchy brushes. This is going to be our base layer of mountains. We're going to add stuff into these and then make hills and just kind of modify this. Very, you know, just take our time with it. The effect I'm getting, I like a ton. We're also going to probably, after we get done with this, move into a more of a ground effect layer. Well, and more texturing on the ground. But we've got this nice base ground going on. There we go. Looks like 15 minutes left in the stream. And I think, yeah, I'm going to do, this isn't needed till the end of the month. So I think I'm going to do part 1, part 2, part 3, keep notes, really world build, just do stuff like that. Oh, there's the brush I like. In fact, this guy we're going to use to fill in some of these gaps. Just making sure I orient it so it looks nice. There we go. We'll come back to 18. I really like that. And I'm trying not to put the same pattern next to each other, because that's not what we want to do on this. God, my voice is all rumbly now. Maybe it's just too early in the morning. My voice isn't warmed up. Watching a couple days, I'll be like, "Welcome to Ava Novus. I'm Dan. I've been in the mines for years." Actually, I had a lot of family that worked in mines. So, okay. So you can kind of see what we're doing. Let's go ahead, and on this, I'm going to show you the effect again. Go with something a little bit. Let's go with the brown, just for grins and giggles. I've locked the transparency, coming in with my large tube at 500%. Oop, didn't set the layer to blend. So again, we go blend mode, and we go additive. As you can see, let's turn off the filter up. Where is that guy? Okay, let's turn off this guy right here. Okay, so you can actually see it in. That gives me a nice little mount range to work with. Then I'm going to come in with the glitter and add volume to it. Again, these are just normal settings on ArtRage. What I'm doing is just adding layers upon layers of paint. There we go. And as you can see, we're actually getting a pretty cool little mountain thing going on there. Okay. To help with this, let's go back to our color we've been using. We're just going to paint these mountains the same color. So you get the full effect. See how that just blends right in once we have the two colors. There we go. It's like painting with clay. And that's why we use ArtRage for this. All right, so we have the mountains. Let's go ahead and unlock the transparency on this. We're going to come in with our blend. Instant blur this. Start out there. Oh, there we go. Yeah, see how that blends? Blur these mountains out. Got to watch out for that. There we go. Watch out for that. We don't want to do this too much, otherwise we're going to wind up with that plastic look. We don't want that. Blur is just going to blur out the edges of it. That's where we're focusing on the pen movement, cursor movement. Let's have a look at that. All right. Now again, these are going to be our largest peaks. Some of these we're going to have to cut down a little bit on. Some of these we're going to have to blend a little bit better. So I'm going to come in with just a harsh chaos, very gently. I probably should even turn the pressure down a little. Let's do that. Come on. There we go. Man, maybe using a mouse might be the best thing on this. So we're just going to blend some of this out with Harsh Chaos. We want to keep the detail on the peaks, though. See, that's really splotchy. We're going to have to come in and fix that. We've got some other brushes. Let's see. We've got 10 minutes. I might as well show you what I had in mind on this. Again, this is a developing technique. It's like I find kind of a line I like in these. All right, let's go ahead and grab another set here. We're going to fix this real quick. Okay, we don't want those hills. There we go. This is the ones we want. These are a little bit bigger brushes I'm using. Again, terrain brushes. And again, please, 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 you don't have to run out and buy my pack or whatever. There's stuff. Most of these that I'm using are online on my website at avanovus.com. Again, getting the mouse out. Yeah, we got stuff that looks the same. But if we use the mouse, we can control the orientation of these a little better. Let's grab a different one. There we go. Just blend these together. Also, there's some, if you want to learn how to make these on your own, got some videos there. Again, anything we do on this channel, it's basically, we will share any way we know how to do stuff, because this channel is about empowering and helping people learn whatever we're doing. If they like it, if not, that's cool too. I think next time I might clean this mountain range up. We're going to practice using some of these brushes, because I'm getting a lot better effects with some versus others. Okay, let's finish this up really quick, because we got to end soon. We're going to lock the transparency. Let's just color them. Oh, wait. You're not going to be able to see that. So let's come in here. We can just redo all these together. You can kind of see that that's there. That's looking a lot better. That's looking a lot better. Okay, let's get our glitter. Create form on these. Now, when you're doing something like this, if your mountains get too wily, if they get too big, or if they start spreading weird, you can lower the transparency of the layer, and it will fix that up really quick. And let's go down to pressure. Drop the transparency. Drop the lock. Yep, way too much way too much. Let's actually reduce the size of this. I think 500. Again, it's affecting 500% of the normal area. So we're going to just come in. Go slow on these. Yeah, I'm getting a lot better effect there. With that blending. There we go. The reason I'm doing this, the reason I made the brushes and stuff like that, is to kind of get more of a realistic pattern. And to me, it is working right now. So we're going to go back into Harsh Chaos at 250%, regular settings, and we're just going to go really lightly into these. Kind of create more of an erosion effect. But to keep those actual natural peaks, because those are the most important part of this. Because if we go in really close, we actually see we have, these are based on real, ooh, that was way too much. Okay, we just want barely that touching. Love that right there. And again, you can pick and choose. The key is non-destructive editing as much as possible. Ooh, I like that. Definitely keeping that. Put a city right there. Well, it'd probably catch maybe a cool little tropical rainforest there or something magical because it's catching all that stuff from the... All right. Still need to blend this a little bit more. I think the best way to do that is add some hills. So we're going to add another layer. We're going to use these. This is actually based on some range work. Again, adjust that. Now I'm putting these to the side of the mountains as much as possible, as I totally just didn't do. There we go. I think I'm just going to go with one because we're going to really edit these out. The next set of brushes I make, I will be definitely putting on, the entire pack will be for free. It's like $10 on certain websites. But I think, because I kind of have that commitment to recommend myself. Okay, let's try that. Unlock that transparency. We're going to put the blend mode on to additive. Again, come down here. Going to add the texture there. See how that textures? And I think what I'm seeing here is the mountains I put down, I think I need to do them like a quarter the size. Because I really like the ones that are working right now. Let's get the glitter in there. No multicolor. Pressure up to 100. Come on. There we go. And we're just going to add mask. Yeah, I think I like that better. So we're going to have to play with the scale tomorrow. We're going to have to define the scale a little bit better, come up with a little bit better way to do scaling on this. Let's go 250 on the blur. Bump the blur down to about there. All right, now we're in here. Oh, gotta unlock transparency. Yeah, I like that so much better. So, okay, the key is going small. See how better that is? Yeah, we're going to go a lot smaller on the mountain ranges. I think what I did, 100% my fault, is I made them too big. I made those peaks too big, and I need to go in and not do that. There we go. And again, if you're here trying to chat, I'm sorry, the chat's probably broken again. If you have questions, just post in the comments, and I will answer that as soon as I get a notification. I'm usually really good about answering that. Okay. So the key here is, let's go ahead and get rid of this other layer of mountains we did. Have a look at the difference. All right. This is probably a combination between the two of them. Maybe let's blur this a little bit more, see what happens. Again, we're finding out new techniques. ArtRage was definitely, we're very much customizing ArtRage to our needs. But I think that the smaller mountain brushes, the stamps, is the way to go. Let's have a look at that. All right. All right. Well, for grins and giggles, let's go in with Harsh Chaos. And let's just kind of blend these a little bit to the terrain under it. But again, trying to keep the realistic topography there. All right. Looks like we're going to have to finish up, guys. Thank you so much for coming. Let's go back to me. Me. Guys, thank you so much for coming. If you have questions, comments, concerns, gripes, or anything like that, or suggestions, comments below. I'm going to try to do this a lot this week. So this part 1, we'll go to part 2 and stuff like that. Again, this is me trying out techniques. Want to keep these videos, I can go for like 3 hours, but let's keep these how it is. So thank you so much for coming. Hope you have a great day, and thank you for being here. See you later.